name is Beston. I live in Cape Town. Also, I do delivery. Interbet helped me to realize my dreams. Now I have my own delivery vehicle and I'm able to do the removal in and around Cape Town.
Well, hello racing fans and a warm welcome to our Gallop TV preview for Saturday. It is a big day for KZN Champion Season, the 6th of May. It is the start of the KZN Champion Season, and what a race day it's going to turn out to be, featuring some of the top 3-year-olds in the country in the World Sports Betting Guineas and the World Sports Betting Fillies Guineas. Alongside that will be the Independent on Saturday Drill the Hall Stakes. Looking forward to previewing the show alongside Rahel Radhakrishna. And this is, for me locally, and I always say it's season in, season out, with all due respect to the other centres and the other provinces who have some wonderful racing. This is the most exciting time of the year for me when it comes to local racing.
Absolutely, it's the same with me, Deez. This is the time of the year that I look forward to. Obviously, the pinnacle of it all is the Hollywoodbets Durbanville July, which we look forward to. But the build-up is just incredible.
Yeah, and we've got all these feature races that we're going to look forward to, and hopefully we get the big guns stepping out because it's all about support from trainers and owners and horses from other centres. Race number 1 on World Sports Betting Race Day is the World Sports Betting 400-meter dash. And of course, that's what it is. It's over 400 meters. And we have 10 races carded, so not form part of the exotics. But before we get into our preview for race number 1, let's go and listen into an interview that was done with Michael Roberts.
Very interesting, he's a very fast horse. He's won his last 2. His last victory was a fantastic victory, beating the computer forms winner. But he's a quick horse, and I think they'll have to go a bit to beat him.
They'll have to go to beat him. To have confidence like that over 400 meters, that is very encouraging, because really there's very little or no form to work around when it comes to these 400-meter races. We know that we got the past winner in the race for Stina. It doesn't show in the form guide that I'm using, which is the computer form, but he did win this race last year when he was at Comnaidu.
Yeah, absolutely, and I thought quite a nice victory with Caden Brewer aboard, and he's obviously now moved stables. He's now with Gareth Van Zyl, Atandiwe Mkutwa aboard, and I've seen a late declaration. The blinkers are set to be on this individual, so he's certainly a horse that can obviously win it once again. But I think you've got to have healthy respect for number 8 here, a Renaissance Man. I know he did beat Isivungu Vungu last time out, but as you mentioned, you can't really look at that as much because it doesn't really matter. It's over 400 meters. And the run that I keep going back to is when he won his maiden on the poly track, and he was returning off a lengthy layoff and he led them a merry dance. I thought that win was quite encouraging, and he's definitely the horse that I think they've got to beat in this lineup, and he is quite short in the market now at around 14 to 10.
I just tried to do some work on this race, with regards to times, etc. It's very difficult. There's no average time for this race, but they should run it between 24 and 25 seconds. I see the course record is held by Effortless Reward who carried 51.5 kgs. That's 24.18 seconds. And this horse ran it in 24.34 for Stina last year. So you need to run it between 24 and 25 seconds to have a chance of winning it. But both of us mentioned it. It's a lottery. It's all about who's the most alert out the gate. You skip 1 or 2 lengths clear. It's 400 meters. These horses are so quick. It will be very difficult to catch. So I think it's who will get the get-go and get the get-go first, because that's just what it is. You can get any one of these horses.
The jump is important.
That's what it is. It's all about the jump. It says who's quicker out the gates. But if you had to narrow down your selection, I'm suggesting a boxed a trifecta or a box quartet here. The obvious horses 2, 6, and 8, and then the runner that I think last time out, unusually she was Quick Love Bomb. I don't know where she got that speed from.
Yeah, she showed quite a bit of speed, and it's quite interesting that Frank's actually opting to run over 400 meters, taking on this type of horses that was quite speed, they speedsters, but it's going to be interesting to see how she does go.
Okay, I'm going to go a box trifecta in the first, hoping to get some money with numbers 2, 3, 8, and 2, 3, 6, and 8. That's the way I see it. If you had to narrow down to 3 horses boxed,
That would be 2, 6, 80s.
2, 6, and 8, going with the betting here because that's the way they're betting. Number 2 at 7 to 2, number 6 at 5 to 2, and 14 to 10 about Renaissance Man. Maybe you can get off to a flying start because Michael Roberts has given you all the confidence in the world in race number 1.
It's good fun. Days like these are great. You get the whole industry together. And to have, companies and corporations like Interbet and Cape Racing who are so generous with sort of time and energy into making a day like this possible is it's fantastic for everyone.